if you got kids or grandkids, this is a fun recipe to do with them. Because I know when I was little, or actually still do, getting in playing, rolling this up into balls, because when you think about cheese balls, most of the time they're rolled up in nuts, either pecans, almonds, or walnuts. This one, and I left that option down there. I didn't do that with this though. And you'll see here in a little bit what I did do with it. And it has more of an autumn look, but also autumn taste to it. Okay, the first thing I want to do is some mixing bowl. And this is a real easy recipe. Just throw everything into the pot and mix it up. Now if you got a KitchenAid, you just slowly let it stir. That works really good. The hand mixer, I wouldn't recommend it for this, because then you over whip it and it takes away from the texture and the consistency. Okay. Now, the lemon juice in this recipe is specifically for the apples. Because when you cut the apples into this, you do want to drop them into the lemon juice. Okay, and once again, it depends on what type of apples you prefer or just happen to have on hand that you'll be using for this. Okay, and of course you want to peel it. Although I'd recommend using a peeler though, but there we go. Now when you cut this up, if you have an electronic chopper, that'll actually work really good. The only thing you do not want to do is make it towards the consistency of applesauce. So you want to have it pretty small, anywhere between an 1/8 of an inch size to a 1/4 of an inch. You don't really want it any larger than that, because then you're going to get large bites of it. You really want this to mix in with all the other ingredients, and you'll see why here in a little bit. But it's for this one, actually I prefer Granny Smith's or Golden Delicious. Yeah, this is Golden Delicious that I'm using with this one. But if you want to use Fuji apples, something like that, or Gala apples, you can use either one. But the Golden Delicious is definitely my favorite for this recipe. Okay, I'm cutting this pretty thin. Okay. Just dice it up really small there. And just throw it all into the lemon juice there. Okay, just squeeze out all the excess juice there. Because if you have too much liquid in this when you throw it into this, it's going to make your cheese ball runny. And that's obviously, one thing we want to avoid. Okay. And I hope that don't fall back there. Okay. Now, I'm going to use a little bit of shredded cheddar. You can use mild or sharp. Actually, either one. I've tried it with this recipe. It goes good. about 3/4 cup. About 1/4 cup of brown sugar. It doesn't matter if it's light brown or dark brown. Dark brown actually gives it more of a holiday color, which you'll see here in a little bit. But flavor-wise, there's no difference in it. Okay. Use a little apple pie spice and a little bit of cinnamon. Like I said, if you got a KitchenAid or something like that, just put it in, let it slow stir, and mix that fine. The main thing is to make sure everything's in there incorporated with one another nicely. It'll be a little sticky at first. And this is where you're going to throw it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. And then you're going to roll it. If you want to roll it in your nuts, that's fine. If you want to roll it in, you can actually take Parmesan cheese with some red dye to give it for a coating. I'm going to show you how we're going to make it look like an apple here in a second. You can use graham cracker crumbs, add some red dye to it, or you can do what I did, and this gives it more of a sweet flavor. I took the large crystallized sugar, like you get the natural crystals or muffin crystals, and added the red dye to it, and that's what I rolled it in today. Okay. Which I've already got some made here. And like I said, this does make it a little bit sweeter. It gives you a similar texture as if you had crushed pecans or something on the outside, because it, just a light crisp to it. Let's see. I want this here in a second. Just go ahead and make sure that's coated evenly around it. And get roughly a ball shape. It don't have to be perfect. Okay. And once you get it in there, kind of press the center down just a little bit. And oh yeah, you definitely want to wear gloves when you're doing that, because it will make a mess. Now, to finish making it look like an apple, for the stem, all you want to do is just take a regular cinnamon stick, put it right down in the center. Now you can use bay leaves or mint leaves for this. Bay leaves actually hold a little bit longer and get a nice little apple design there. So you'll have a wonderful flavor, sweet flavor with this, but you can also do it in a quick and easy decoration, and it's something that really makes the dinner stand out. As you can see with some of the carvings I did around here, playing around with the apples too. Alrighty, so I'll go ahead and start getting this stuff set up, let you try it.